What's up, guys? Welcome to this third part of this entire season summary. I think this is that fourth part actually. So remember, the season 6 is out now on DVDs, on iTunes, on Netflix. Go support them. And shall we get into season B, season 6B. So this is when they decided to go into 5 years into the future and to stay away from the high school experience and now going into the adulthood of all the girls. So 5 years later, as the girls have each pursued their own path and started readjusting to a life without they once again call back to Rosewood, with Allison asking for help for her sister Charlotte to be released from the hospital. While the girls agree to help, Ara is the only one who tells the brutal, honest truth, which is very true. I would not want someone to come in line for someone who treated us so bad over 4 years. I will not have that sympathy. I would want her to stay in jail. And I agree. I would want her to stay in jail. She is so scared of Charlotte and doesn't want her released. Eventually, she is released on her own, for her own to be murdered the same night and then thrown from the church bell tower. At her funeral, the girls are stunned to see Sarah showed up and began to questioned her sudden appearance. Now, if you've seen the season 6B, you really expect her to be A, and she's not. May look like it, but she's not. Sarah starts stalking Emily. It's later revealed on that night, after Emily pushes Sarah, she tried to stand up and put her hands on electric, basically wire kind of thingy. I don't know, some kind of wire thingy, and then she gets seriously injured and her hands make it difficult to hold things, which we start to see that we don't think it's true, but just have a look at that episode for yourself, of course. I'm sorry, I'm just really tired for some reason. Eventually, a new A rises, sending them threatening messages with creepy emojis to the liars, demanding to get answers on the night Charlotte was murdered. Convinced that Sarah is Uber A, the girls search for answers. Ali reveals that she and Charlotte's doctor Elliot are dating, which is really not surprising. Later they are married by Aria, which Byron and Ellie are now happily married again. Yay! I was really happy when they got married again. The girls entirely suspect Aria killed Charlotte, which didn't happen. The suspicion shifts to Ezra and then Brian. Later on, suspicion shifts to Marissa. Not surprising there. When Spencer discovers Melissa's suitcase is broken when there's a missing part matching described of the allocated murder weapon, Emily eventually finds it and is nearly run over by a truck, and the driver steals the weapon. To save Ezra after losing his book deal with Aria's publishing company, so she is in publishing now, she decides to write and submit some chapters for Ezra's new book. She's forced to tell him that him and they finished it together, which I thought was a beautiful scene as well. Emily is donating eggs to pay for school, and unfortunately she loses her eggs when the clinic encounters a major breakdown of its freezers, and unfortunately that happens sometimes. And I personally thought Emily was doing a beautiful thing, helping families get pregnant, and then her eggs were basically killed. That to me is horrible for anyone. Arya gets burnt by a fire caused by a malfunction at Hannah's bridal shower at Ali falls down a flight of stairs. The girls build a plan of attack which offers Hannah as bait after Ali sees what happened to her dad after seeing her dead mother and also seeing Wilden. She starts to question her suddenly and checks herself into the same hospital as Charlotte attended. Spencer, Toby, and Momo work together to catch Sarah, but it turns that they found an old record was named Mary Drake. So Mary Drake is basically is I'll tell you guys in a few minutes. Screw it. Blah 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 blah. Okay. And she was the one who gave birth to Charles while a patient at Raleigh. Now a manager by Hannah Moran 25 years ago, the director's family adopted Charles as she was on. So basically, Alison's parents adopted Charles as their own. And we see how that turned out. The girls' plan is leave Hannah waiting for Uber A to arrive at the Lost Woods Resort, while Arya and the boys are hunting out. But when Hannah goes missing, they found Uber A used a secret passage and kidnapped her. Looking footage through the outside cameras, they are all shocked when they see Mrs. D asking themselves, how is this possible? At Alison's, Wilden rips off his mask, and it was Elliot. That's not surprising, to be honest. And Mary Drake, who is actually Jessica's twin sister, and joins him. And they successfully committed Alison, and with Alison hospitalized, her money. He has her money and the house and as her husband, when they seek revenge for what happened to Charlotte, as who she is beloved for her and always felt such an attachment as her birth mother. She glimpsed a photo of Charlotte, and she would wanted. In the last scene, we do see Hannah unconscious body being dragged in the chest bell by Uber A. So this season, the 6B of the season is full on. They try to cram everything in 45 minutes or so, and it's literally incredible, this entire season. And it's like, wow, that just is what it is to me. And it's very incredible. Like, even just going through watching the second half of the season, just the new chapter that the girls and everyone in Rosewood have a new life and everything, and then seeing Charlotte killed is very interesting. With Vanessa Ray, you play her so well. Like, I want to give gratitude to you because it's incredible, and seeing how everything is for the girls and their families. And yes, the mothers were let out of the basement, yes. But I'm gonna go and conclude this season, technically marathon. I'll catch you all there soon.